Now, let's come back to Italy with Mrs. Rosa Caffo, Director of the Central Institute for the Unified Catalogue of Italian Libraries and for Bibliographic Information, also coordinator of the Italian project of Google Books. And you'll see the rest of her bio on the screen. You have the floor.
Parlerò in italiano.
I shall speak Italian, as I'm here to represent the Minister for the Arts and for the Cultural Heritage, and I will speak in Italian. This year's forum has rightly enough highlighted the digital issue in the heritage represented by books and the heritage held by libraries. We have spoken, of course, about e-books, but also of digital libraries. We have spoken about copyright, preservation, and these are all issues that focus on the role of the libraries in the 21st century. There is a doubt which has been brought up several times during these days that the digital world offers enormous opportunities to those who are able to grasp this opportunity, both in the business world, both for culture, the media, and for education. As far as the digital world is concerned, well, the public domain cultural resources will be made possible through the digital system, and it will ease the way for the holders of rights and for the developers of these books. Another issue dealt with by us is the enhancement of language and cultural diversity. If there is an ample distribution of cultural content, it will be possible to enhance mutual knowledge and acquaintance, and multilingualism here is an enormous challenge. The digital library must be able to speak, if not all languages, many languages, because otherwise it will not achieve its goal of encouraging and enhancing cultural diversity and exchange as well as mutual knowledge. The important elements of digitization regard mass digitization, copyright, and preservation. All of these topics have stressed the enormous importance of cooperation between the world of libraries and the world of publishers, first and foremost, but also cooperation among all the players involved, public and private. In Italy, we have an experience of cooperation which has been ongoing for over 10 years between the Ministry for Cultural Activities and National Heritage and the universities. Our service, in fact, was set up for the purpose of enhancing cooperation from the very designing phase of the National Library. Another form of cooperation in which Italy is one of Europe's leaders is cooperation among all the EU countries through a number of European projects which started in 2002. Italy has experimented the importance of coordination at the European level of policies, programs, and outlook. As far as digitization of the cultural heritage is concerned and the digital libraries, that is another message: multilingualism, cooperation. I would like to make another couple of remarks regarding the most important topics that have been discussed here: copyright, preservation, mass digitization, and relations with the private sector. As far as copywriting is concerned, We have known for many years that we need to inspire ourselves to the balance between the rights of the authors of a book and the rights of the citizens represented by the libraries to the right to democracy and to knowledge. We must realize that it is fundamental to ensure that there is a good balance between these situations without any of them being harmed, but rather well harmonized. This is a criterion that the ministry has always felt it should inspire itself to. Preservation. This is another big challenge. The preservation of the big master copies. Well, the national libraries usually deal with this problem. For us today, preservation is closely connected to national legislation. And from this point of view, it is important to have good forms of cooperation with the publishers. And this is what I would like to stress. From this point of view, the publishers will have a benefit. They will be able to benefit from the library's preservation work. As far as the National Preservation Project is concerned, this has been illustrated to you by my colleague Antonia Ida Fontana, so I won't go into that again, but I would like to make a last remark on mass digitalization and public and private relationship. Creating a critical mass of digital content is a fundamental goal. Many libraries who wish to reach this level count on their relations with the private sector. And here I'm referring to agreements with Google, which have been signed by Italy, but also by other European countries. These agreements will lead to a critical mass of digital content, but they will not solve the preservation problem, which will still have to be borne by the libraries if they want to make the digital copies available to the public through the library system. Even Google's digitalizations call for large national investments for three main reasons. First of all, the organization of work in the libraries in order to allow for digitization, a conservation of the master copies, which will be returned to us by Google, and finally, all the activities that are needed to make the contents produced by Google used online. We have this kind of chain, the websites of the libraries, the national portals, and the European portals, which means that a user can access any of these levels. Of course, I'm referring to the European portal. These are the considerations that it was my wish to make on the digital library in general, after which I'm ready to take questions on these topics. Thank you.